Today, we're going to go over basic searches and creating a collaboration center. These are probably two of the most prevalent features of Paragon that you're going to be using. Most people work with a lot more buyers than they do sellers. So I'm going to work on basic searches, some of the customization that you can do with searches, and then creating a collaboration center. So starting at the home page from Paragon, you're able to click on search. Now we're going to go through the search icon. There are other ways to search. If you have the address, you can type it into the power search, pull up information. If you have an MLS number, you can type it in. There's a quick search option on your home page, but I'm going to concentrate on opening up the search on the home page, and you're going to see that you have first the option of searching in different classes, whether it be residential, land and lots, multifamily, commercial. You have all the search classes over on the left-hand side. If you want to specialize, you can get into the mapping of Paragon, clicking on the map features and able to search. Let me encourage you to use all the aspects of Paragon. Don't be limited to just the basics. You can't break technology, and Paragon has some wonderful features that you can utilize. I encourage you to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start with residential basic search. When I do that, it opens up into a default search criteria. You can change this, and it's going to be up to you. A lot of thought, a lot of hours of research has gone in to create the search criteria. So if you change it, you can change it at your own volition, but the fact is that most people leave the search criteria the same. You can customize it, and I'm going to encourage you that if you want to, different people have different needs. Somebody may look for a foreclosure, somebody may look for a home with pool, somebody may look for different size garage, side entry, whatever it may be. You can customize these aspects of your search, and I'm going to show you how. Right here is a gear. If you hover over it, it says customize. You can see that you can customize fields. When you customize the fields, click on it. On the left-hand side, it's going to show you all the fields that are available to add to your search criteria. On the right-hand side is going to show you all the fields that are in your search criteria on your sheet. And you can customize this. You can add and move one way or the other. Let's say you do not want the MLS number to show up. You can highlight it and click your remove, and it takes it away. If you want to do away with another field, another way of removing it is to double click it and it moves away. Now, under the available fields, let's say you want to look for properties that are a foreclosure. If you start typing in, you can scroll through and try to find it alphabetized, or you can start typing in and you see that foreclosure comes up. Again, you can add by either double clicking it or highlighting it and clicking add. If you scroll down to the selected fields, you see that the field that you added is down at the bottom. Paragon is a lot of drag and drop, and if you want foreclosure to be at the top, because that's what you're going to be looking for, you can take it and drag it and place it to wherever you want to. Again, we want it to be the first feature that we look for if we're looking for foreclosures for somebody. Also notice that you can click apply, save as, and apply. Apply, save will change your default search screen. So if you add foreclosure and click apply, save, it will save it for every time you open up basic residential search, foreclosure will be in there. So if you want to change the criteria on your search, you will type it in, add the field, and click apply, save. Now, apply save as will save it as an individual search. So you could save this as a foreclosure search. If you wanted to add one that was in a certain county, you could add the county, type in the county, click apply save as, and that's what you would save that search as. Apply applies it to this one search only. So I'm going to click apply. You're going to see the screen blink, and now you see that foreclosures is on my screen as the first field to search. Now this will be only for this search. If I had clicked apply save, then every time I opened up this screen, it would appear there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to customize. I've shown you how to customize your fields. Now you're going to go through and again, as you see, you have certain criteria to add. And what this does is narrow the number of homes that you're going to be looking at. If you're looking for properties that are for sale, you will click actives and you will click count, and you see that it is now 6,143. If you wanted to type in coming soon and search for coming soon properties, you will see that number increases to 6,309. As you type in more criteria, that number starts to shrink, and that's what you want it to do. If you come down here and you are looking for a particular county, you type in the county, and you can see now that it is 1,239. The more criteria that you put in, the smaller the number gets. You want to get it to a good workable number for either sending it to a customer, you're doing a search to prospect, or you're creating a collaboration center. You want that number to be good and workable. You do not ever want to try to research 1,239 homes. You don't want to send that amount to someone. So again, you're going to be putting in criteria that's going to limit the number. And some of these are pretty well self-explanatory. If you're looking for new construction, you would type new, and it adds all these, it will narrow it down. Let's say you look through here and you know that there is a way to search because you have somebody that's wanting to look for a pool. Well, I've shown you how you can customize and add fields, but now you're looking for features of the home. So in the middle of the page or towards the bottom, you look and you'll see something that says features. You can type in here and you'll notice that all three fields have the label. One says must have, one says must not have, and one says must have one or more. So let's say that somebody is emphatic about having a pool. It has to have a pool. When you start typing here, you can type pool here, and you're going to see that there is 170 homes that have pools. So you can type in whatever criteria that you want. If it has to have a double garage, you can type in double or two. I think it's actually two. My apologies. 2-car. Start typing in, do a much better job than I. And you can see that I type in garage and it says 1-car, 2-car, 3-car, attached, detached, and you can search for that feature in the must-haves. Let's say that they want a home and it cannot have a pool, children, pets, whatever it may be. You would go to the must not have, type in pool, and you will see that there's 1,068 homes that do not have a pool. So that has the must-haves, must not have. I encourage that you utilize a lot of the must-have one or more. So in that way, if you go in and you type in, it must have a pool and it must have a detached garage and it must have a patio. When you start typing into the must-haves, you're looking, it's going to narrow it down. It has to have must have this and this and this. And sometimes it's hard to find a home that has this and this and this. You may find a home that has this and this, but not this. So I encourage you to type in the must have one or more. And as you type that in, you will see that if it has to have a pool and a patio and a covered porch or whatever it is, if you type it in the must have one or more, it's going to limit it to a home that has these features. It may not have them all, but it may have, if you've been given 5, they may have 4. You can let the consumer choose which one's most important. If you put it in must have, it's going to look for that house that has this and this and this and this. And sometimes that house doesn't exist. So know that the features allows you to search as must have, must not have, or must have one or more. So you're able to search by customizing and adding fields that may not appear on your search criteria. And you can search by features. And again, practice on these features, find out what's in the features, what's not in the features. But most people are looking for bedrooms. They're going to type in bedrooms, baths, of course, the price. And each time you add fields, it's going to narrow the criteria down. So you're going to put a minimum of 2,000 square feet. Excuse me, people. And you can see that with this criteria that I have active and coming soon in Madison County from 200 to 300, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a minimum of 2,000 square feet, there are 22 homes. I could further narrow it down. But just for test or for class purposes, we're going to use this. So I'm happy with this. I click search and it brings it up into a default MLS spreadsheet. And you can see that it's going to have some criteria here. Notice also you can customize by fields. Again, you can add to this spreadsheet. Let's say you want a certain field in there that says days on the market, or I mean, it's already on there, but if you click on fields, you can add fields that has basement square footage, so forth and so on. It's going to work the same way as it would looking at your search criteria. So again, you can choose here. You've got all your properties that came about from your search. You can select them all. Let's say that you don't want, for some reason, this first home, you do not want to appear in that in your search. So if you select them all, when you unselect, there's a green that says check, show check, and you'll notice that number goes from 22 to now 21. I have eliminated that house. You can go through and eliminate homes that for whatever reason is not a good fit. So once you've chosen, you've selected them all, a couple of things about reports. You can come over here to reports and you will be able to click reports. If you want to print reports that says customer full with contact, you click here. It brings up all the reports. I mean, all the customer full with contact information. And you can go through here and click and go through each individual listing, but then you can print them as needed. Also, you can choose to email from here. Click on email and it'll bring up all the reports that you're able to click on and email. So again, you can print, you can email, and lastly, you can click on Collab Share. You can click on text and you're able to share it that way, either via a Collab Share link or you can text it to the consumer. So you have those options on your search. This is basic features of search. Practice, create searches for yourself. Also, when you have searches and you search, notice that you can open up 3 different searches at the same time. So that way you don't lose a previous search. You can search for multiple people or multiple properties at the same time. Now, what I'm going to do is a lot of people, with the search, people want to be notified every time that there is a property that meets their criteria. And the Collaboration Center does a wonderful job of this. I'm going to show you how to create a Collaboration Center. You are going to create a Collaboration Center for your buyers in this scenario. You can create for the seller, but in this case, we're going to be working with buyers. So I'm going to show you how to create a Collaboration Center. I want 3 simple steps to creating the Collaboration Center. When you have a contact and they want to have property sent to them, what I would recommend is to I'm sorry, but the Collaboration Center, 3 steps: create the contact, create the search, create the notifications. And that's going to be the easiest way to create a Collaboration Center. So you've seen someone, met them wherever it may be. You'll click on Contacts. You're going to click Add Contact. Again, the 3 steps: you're going to create the contact, then create the search, and create the notification. So in this case, I'm going to create the contact, first name, last name, and email. Email is not required. However, you're going to be sending them a Collaboration Center and links. You're going to have an email there. So I'm making up an email. So I have first name, last name, and email. I click Save. It's going to ask me, would I like to associate a property? At this time, if you have a listing, you can click Associate Property, click on the property, and it will create a seller side Collaboration Center. Because we're working with a buyer, I'm going to click Not Now. So I click Not Now, and it's going to pull up. Remember, anytime Paragon has a green arrow, it is a wizard. It's going to create a wizard for the Collaboration Center. I want you to utilize it anytime you can. You will not, you'll not forget a step. So we're going to click Next. It's going to ask you to put more information in if you want to. I encourage you to fill in as much information as you possibly can, because the only information that Paragon can give you is from information that's in Paragon. We're going to click the green Next, and you have completed the first step. You have created the contact. Second step, create the search. We're going to click on Add New, Save Search. And you're going to go through the same things that you would ordinarily with creating a search. Remember, you choose the status. Now, number 1 mistake: do not ever choose all actives. You cannot add that on a Collaboration Center. You can add actives and coming soons. So do not make the mistake of clicking all actives. It will give you a conflict. And then you're going to put the criteria in, just like you did before, with price, bedrooms, baths, and square footage. We're back to that same 22. Whatever number that you feel comfortable with is one I would encourage you to stop that at. So you don't want to send them on with 150 or properties. It's going to be too much. So you've got the criteria in. So you've created the contact, created the search. One other field that has to be filled out is your listing visibility type. Again, emphasizing, if Paragon has a question, a magnifying glass there, it's going to give you the answers. I want you to select number 1, MLS listings. Number 2, coming soons. And number 3, constructions, no DOM. Those listing visibility types have to be selected. If you choose anyone else, it's going to give you a conflict. MLS listings, coming soons, construction, no DOM. You click that, doesn't affect the count. So you've got your criteria in for your search. You have created the contact, you've created the search. When you click search, you are going to see that the properties pop up again. Select, You can add it to a cart. There's other features to Paragon and experiment with it. You can do from here, send reports, so forth and so on. We're doing a collaboration center. I want you to click Save Search. When you save search, it's going to save the search for the client. When you click Save, you are now at the third step, which is the notifications. You have created the Collaboration Center. Notice it says automatic notification and it defaults to the Collaboration Center. I want you to leave it there unless you want to change it to emails. But the fact is you want it to be a Collaboration Center. It is a real-time, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's a real-time interactive website. Before the Collaboration Center becomes active, right here where it says send welcome message, you click on that, it's going to say who this email is going to go to. It looks blank, but don't be deceived. It is not blank. If you click on the preview, you're going to see what that's going to look like. And that email is going to have instructions for the consumer on how to utilize their Collaboration Center. So just because it looks blank, it isn't blank. You click send, and they are able to view their Collaboration Center. Let me show you what it looks like. You have, within those three steps, created the contact, created search, and now the notifications. You have created this interactive website that is a game changer. When it comes up, you're going to see that it's going to pull all the properties up that meet that criteria. It's going to have it in a user-friendly format as opposed to just having the customer full report. And the consumer can click on it and get all the details. The pictures are much more user-friendly. You see the remarks, property information. It gives history here. It gives community reports. It is far more informative than just a simple report. The people can look at it. They can view their Collaboration Center when it opens up. Also, once they go through and look at it, notice that it gives the consumer an option to choose whether it be something that they love. They can mark it as a favorite, and you will notice up here that the number changes from 22 to 21 undecided and 1 favorite. If they mark one as a rejection, that's also reflected up here. That way you'll know what they like, what they don't like, and you're able to click directly on it, and it's going to bring up that property that they're looking for. Also, once they're inside of it, they can communicate directly with you by sending you an email here. They can ask for a particular showing through this way. Instead of trying to get a hold of you, they can request it, the time, and then you'll get that information. You can see how this is a game changer. This is a way that the consumer will communicate directly with you. It updates automatically, and they are made aware of it in real time. So I hope you find this very informative. Learned how to do basic search, how to change the criteria, how to pull it up, how to change the criteria in the spreadsheet. Then you're able to show reports. I've shown you how to create a Collaboration Center by the 3 simple steps: create the contact, create the search, create your notifications. I hope that you find this informative, and good luck.